Great day, you guys. So, had a request for some back stretches. We're gonna go through a few of them today. After all the working out that you guys have been doing, eventually something's gonna be sore. So we already had the dynamic stretches that you've been through and that you're aware of when you get into your workout. But now what do you do after your workout? Or what do you do after you've exerted yourself in some other daily activity and now you're sore in your upper shoulders, your lower back? So we're gonna deal with that today. So first things first, I'm gonna go through the 3 basics that I love personally for my lower back, because sometimes that does hurt me as well. The first one we're gonna do is the knees to chest while you're lying down on your back. So I'll do it to the side so you can see a little bit better. You're gonna lay down flat on the floor. First, you can do one knee at a time. Personally, I like to hold it down at the bottom of my foot and get a little bit of stretch. Sometimes I feel more in the quad than I do in my lower back. So then I'll shift it to right below my knee joint. Make sure my head is flat and I'll feel it right on that side, pulling down through the glute just a little bit, but mostly the lower back. And sometimes you'll feel your hamstring involved in there as well, and that's okay. It's just part of the territory. Hold it for at least 15 seconds. And you can always take a deep breath and then pull in once you exhale. So next one, switching legs, pull it in tight, deep breath, exhale, and I'm pulling closer. It's gonna feel awesome. Yeah, good. So you wanna hold it for at least 15 seconds. You wanna do that twice, so twice on each leg. Then lastly, you're gonna bring it all together. I'm gonna roll my hips up just a little bit, just to really get that tuck in. If I need to open up my knees to shoulder width, then I will do that in order to get the maximum stretch. Again, breathe in deep. And then I pull in closer on the exhale. Hold it for a few more seconds. And then I relax. Stretch it all the way back out. Slowly, slowly, slowly. These are static stretches. So that means you are not rushing through them. Take your time. Take your time. You want a quality stretch, not quantity of time. So that's the first one, which are knees to chest. The next one I'm gonna go into is a yoga pose, actually, which is called the child's pose. I was gonna say downward facing dog. That's not it. Don't do that. So it's called child's pose. And essentially, you wanna get your butt as close to your heels as possible. So sitting down and then extending your arms forward and putting your face down to the ground as much as possible. This is definitely an upper back and a lower back stretch. So while I'm up, when I sat down, when I finish setting up there, I'm gonna sit down on my heels, and it's gonna get even more of a stretch once I sit down. This feels great. Then hold that for 30 seconds. When I get to the top, I can reset to one side, so I'm gonna go to my left, and then come down and let my arms just hang as I try to get my butt to my heels as close as possible. And when I breathe in and exhale, I'm just pushing further down my glutes to my heels to get a better stretch. Then coming back up. Personally, I like to reset back in the middle one time for about 10 seconds. Coming back up, and then reset all the way to the other side. Yep, just let it hang, let it lag. And relax. Embrace the stretch, because it can be painful, and that's okay. Like, that means it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Especially on these side stretches, you're gonna feel it all the way through the side of your body. So embrace that pull, and if you need, like right now I feel like my right side needs a little bit more, I'm gonna do it again. Whew. Might lean into it a little bit more, but still the goal is to get my butt down to my heels. Breathe in, exhale, and go further down into the stretch. Woo! Alright, so that's child's pose. Now next is going to be my personal favorite. I call it the scorpion, but really it's just the right over the left. Sitting down on my bum, laying flat on my back. And I'm literally gonna take my right leg, lift it up, and let my hips twist over
while keeping my left leg straight as possible. Also, you're gonna wanna rotate your shoulders up, but don't. Let them lay back flat. You want your hands facing down on both sides like you're Jesus on the cross. So arms across, bend that knee, and you'll notice that the higher your knee goes, the more you're gonna get this back stretch, okay?
So lay down flat, get that knee up. Don't let that inside leg come up or come in. And whoo, and feel that stretch. Embrace it. Whoo, Lord help me, please. Embrace it, embrace it, embrace it. It's gonna feel very, very nice. Get this for at least like 30 seconds. You're probably gonna want to lay here like I am for a little bit. That's cool. And then when you come back, make sure you line yourself up first before you shift your hips back. Now we're gonna rotate to the other side. Gonna bring my left over my right, keeping this right leg straight, bringing the left knee up, palms facing down, and I'm feeling it again, and it feels amazing. If you can get that knee down right here, the one that's from the leg that's crossing over, then do that. It's gonna feel freaking awesome. And you're gonna feel it right through here in your back. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Ooh, especially after a back day and I wake up in the morning and I'm freaking stiff.
Yes, you want to hang over the side of the bed and you'll get even more of a stretch by using gravity, so it'll help you pull it down and it'll really elongate your back. It feels amazing, okay?
As far as upper back, there's a couple of different ways that you can do that around the house or definitely independently everywhere you go. I don't care if you drive, well, don't drive and do this, but while you're in your car. Of course, you can always pull across the chest with your shoulder. This is a definite upper back stretch coming down here through the shoulders. Just want to hug yourself, love yourself, you know, for about 15 seconds a piece. Doing that twice. Oh boy, yep. So I'm a little tight, lifted yesterday. So, yeah, hug yourself. It's going to feel good right through the delts. You can also grab a doorway. So if you ever notice, you can reach through the door and then push yourself back, and that will automatically pull your shoulders and pull your scapulas apart on your back, and it's gonna feel amazing as well. If you ever have someone feel your back or you touch your back and you feel like a little knot, or it might be a big knot, then you really need to pinpoint that area. So with pinpointing, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. You can use a foam roller, which this thing is awesome. It can hurt sometimes, but that just means that you're really tight. Like me, I want to get my right side a little bit more. Oh, this feels amazing. So you're gonna roll over that tight muscle. Woo. Yeah, boy. You wanna roll over at least like 15 times. Take your time, try to slow it down, really get into that muscle. Stay there. Then remember to breathe as much as you can. Let me turn this side, get this other side. And boy. So you definitely have this option. These feel amazing. If you have a small ball, you can take like a tennis ball and then stand up against the wall. Put the ball there, stand up against the wall, and then rub it and really get into that joint and needle out that tight muscle. You definitely know it's a tight muscle when you don't have any. Sometimes you don't have any numbness or tingling, and sometimes even if you do, but you've never had that before, you definitely need to see your doctor ASAP. Anything with numbness, tingling, sharp needle pains, see your doctor immediately. I don't care what's going on. But if you already know what it is, and you know it's a muscle spasm that's causing that, then drill into that muscle and make it relax. Stretch, drink plenty of water, and then make sure you're eating a balanced diet that day, because you probably need to equalize, rebalance out as far as your potassium and your sodium at minimum within your body. If your muscles are firing and they're cramping up, that means you have too much sodium in your body. You need to decrease that, drink plenty of water, and rebalance, okay? It's very, very important to stay hydrated and to make sure you have the right balance of electrolytes in your body, okay? Other than that, Oh, definitely, you can always check out our electrolytes up in the case when you guys come in here to Demand Great. But other than that, that's all I have for you today. Make sure you do these stretches. If you ever have any other muscles in between, definitely hit me up with a comment, send us an email, and then I'll put that video out as well. You guys have a great day, and of course, be great.